Hey guys, it's Tazwhole here. Welcome to Tazwhole Tubecast. Now I'm here with Oculus. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't know. It's just something about the weekends now. Like in the winter, I'm just like, oh, I finally look outside. I'm like, oh god, why is it? I'm sorry. I'm kind of not hating living in Canada. I'm saying I'm hating snow at this point. I'm like, my
Yeah,
girlfriend's like, oh, it's so pretty, and I'm like, oh, it's
it
pretty.
is pretty
It is pretty. It
for
is
like
pretty.
two
For
days,
two
and then it
days, and
gets
then
all
it's like, oh
exhausting.
god, and then like when you're scraping your car
Yeah.
off and stuff like that. Oh, so you're a gamer, so like what platform do you game to?
Well, I stream on Twitch and twitch.tv/OculusL, and I currently stream either PC games or Xbox One games, and I just recently got a Switch, so I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild on stream for like the past week and a half. Loving it so far.
Oh yeah. Now I was just curious because is it true like it's kind of like your weapon you get different weapons but after a while they break and then it's kind of like Dark Souls where it's kind of like it's
In a way, I mean, like your weapons do break, but you can like there are a bunch of these little tribal camps all over the place, and if you kill something from there, they'll drop their weapon. You pick it up, and then you have a new weapon, and you can only hold like in the beginning like 5 melee weapons and 4 bows, and they break after maybe 10 or 15 uses, depending on how strong they are. But you, like I said, you just keep picking them up, so it's not that bad. And the combat, I would say, is like more like Twilight Princess, if you ever played that one.
Yes, I played Twilight
Yeah,
Princess.
not so much Dark Souls, but there are elements that I could see where the similarities of Dark Souls may come in. Either way, fun game.
Yeah. Trust me, I swear, like there's this one guy. There's not getting off topic from Zelda. I'm saying from Dark Souls. There's this guy. I don't know if it was Twitter, if it was somewhere. He's like, oh yes. He's like, oh yeah. Crash Bandicoot, the new Crash Bandicoot that came out the trilogy, like they did the remastered for PS4 or whatnot. Anyways, he's like, oh yeah, it's harder than Dark Souls, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, maybe it's probably just because of like the control scheme
I heard
is
the control
outdated.
scheme. Yes, it is more difficult. For the fact is, the hit markers are now changed.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because
so
I remember playing it as a kid, and it wasn't that hard.
me
So I
too,
was
me
like,
too. That's why I was like, what the hell? When I actually tried
Yeah.
playing Crash Bandicoot, it's a lot more difficult, even though it's pretty much the original game. But yeah, I was just gonna say. So how long you been on Twitch, man?
End of July, early August, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Started slow. Now it's starting to pick up, getting on like an actual schedule and stuff.
Yeah, I swear that's the. I don't know with me. I try to pop out as many videos as I can and try to keep active, but I'm like, for a schedule wise, if I were to ever stream, I'm like, I couldn't do it because I work and
Yeah.
everything else. So
Well, for me, I was like, I would work because I like you. I work full time, but it's Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So after I eat dinner at 5, I would sit around just playing video games or something.
yeah,
And my girlfriend tended to work second shift, so she was gone. I'm like, I feel like I need to contribute to something. So I was like, my schedule is going to be every day, 7 p.m. for maybe minimum of 2 hours is what I wanted to do. And then I realized I was like, that's almost too much. Like streaming every day is really hard.
it
And then
is
I
hard.
started
I'll
with
say
like
it's
this.
really hard and taxing because a lot of people they're like they'll drop it down like at a hat and just say it easy. Like, yeah, I can upload content every day. I'll say this, do it like for 2 months straight. You're gonna feel
Yeah.
like crap.
It's tricky. Yeah, that's why a lot of YouTubers will like pre-record things so they can have
Or
like a backlog to keep uploading.
Yeah, they usually record more because then they can just schedule stuff out.
And I thought about doing things like that because you do have like vodcasts and stuff that you can do
Yeah.
on Twitch, and it's like, well, maybe if I on an off day and I may not be able to make a stream the next day, I can record when I have time or something and just put something up just so there's something there on my channel at that time, like what I have listed as my schedule. But I don't know, it seems kind of ingenuine.
Yeah.
When it comes to Twitch, anyway, YouTube's a different story
YouTube's
because
different
it's always in
because
the past.
we're always like, I'm sorry, there's a lot of people that like to pretend that they're invincible. But I'm like, yeah, if you're sick or if you're not feeling well, family stuff that are going on, just explain it to your audience.
Yeah.
Because own up to it. Like,
Yeah.
don't just, sometimes, there's people out there that will actually, like, play through it and just, go through it. And it's like sometimes.
Yeah, but it's not like the same experience because there's something going on, behind the camera.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
we're all normal. We're all human.
Exactly.
Most of us. But I'll say, yes, Canada, I'll say yes. It's like, I know I'm joking around. I'm like, I joke around because everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you always say sorry. You're not human." I'm like, "Yes, I know."
Well, because you're Canadian.
Oh, okay. That's its own thing now. Okay. So
Sorry.
So we're going back to the future in this shit. Anyways, going back to when you were a kid, what was your favorite game?
I absolutely loved Ocarina of Time. It set this standard of games for me, whereas like I would go and try other games, like I'd go over to my friend's house and play their games on a whole variety of different consoles at the time, and I was like, this isn't that good. I was like Ocarina of Time, there's just so much to it that it's like the perfect game for me, all these items and all these things.
Oh yeah, it's kind of weird because like even in Ocarina of Time, wasn't it like something about, sorry guys for spoiler alert, but I'm saying this,
oh jeez,
you could choose between a couple temples before you have to finish the other one. Like, say if you want to finish the water temple before the fire temple, you can do that, but you can't finish. And it's vice versa with the spirit temple.
Yeah, I think Ocarina. There were a few that could have been done, but there typically is like a chain of events
an item that you have to need just to. Yeah.
Just to get through certain puzzles, but I think you're right. Some of them can be swapped.
Yeah, some of them can be swapped. Like. Some of them can be swapped because I have swapped them before, but after a while, I'm like, still, what's your most hated temple?
Water temple, no question.
Oh, huh?
That's a renowned thing. Everybody hates the water temple.
Everyone hates the water temple. It's the freaking whirlpools, man. The whirlpools.
The whirlpool, honestly, it's the varying levels of water. Like you have to play a lullaby here, and it gets the water to level 3, to level 2, to level 1. They did it in. You ever play Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle?
Yeah.
Yes, there was one of Knuckles' areas had a varying water level like that, and it's still so frustrating. And Sonic has a whole nother thing with drowning, that sound effect.
Not to break everyone's bridges on that game, but I swear it wasn't one of my favorite because that goddamn fish when I was actually big as a cat. Froggy, I'm trying to catching him, with the fishing line. I thought it looked so simple, but it's a lot harder.
It is. It's very difficult.
And you look at that game now, you look back to like some of the Sonic Team Forces and everything else they have now, but you look back then, you're like, wow, that looks so indie. And now it's like you play it and you're like, god damn, freaking, oh my god, this is Quap on Hilaria or something.
I think people only played Sonic Adventure 2 for the Chow. Like, nobody played it for anything else. You get your Chow to like these crazy forms that just look ridiculous, and that was the only way. That's the only thing people play that game. Even now, if you get an emulator, they just play for the Chow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, me, usually it's iconic. Like if I get Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, or Banjo-Kazooie, the original Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh jeez.
And I'll be like, people like even I see that stuff that they did with like a platformer. They did with a ukulele, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they're retrying to make it, but I played Banjo-Kazooie and played Banjo-Tooie and played Bucket of Bolts, and I'm like, it's not the fucking same, man. Oh my god, Banjo-Kazooie's like freaking. Oh my god, that was. I love that game. It's a collector game. Still.
I've tried to go back and play it with the what's that collection on Xbox? The Rare Replay.
Rare Replay, yeah.
I've gone back and played those, and it's like it's really hard. They're difficult because same with Crash, the control scheme is just bizarre for that time. Like control schemes didn't really get a set standard until like Call of Duty came around, really, or like Medal of Honor. They kind of set this standard of like what should be jump and what should zoom in down sights and things like that. But like platformers, they're all different, and it makes it so tricky.
Oh yeah, even I'm sorry, like even when we were playing this game, Gears of War, I swear, like it took me about it took us like 5 minutes. You're like, oh shit, I gotta change my control scheme. And I'm like, really? For the love of God! By the 5th time, it's like, okay, I think I got it.
Gears is a weird genre, like because of the whole cover system, and especially with that one, that's the first Gears of War, so they still were ironing out controls and shit like that. But yeah,
it's like when people like my friends or whatnot that are really into Versus. I'm like, they're really into the old school Versus, like the playing Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter on Nintendo, and I'm like, you play Tekken, all right? I tell you play Tekken, and then like they play it and they're freaking cursing. Oh my God!
It's different. They're so different.
It's different because you have different stances. You have different like movement. They were doing the whole 3D thing where you have to go side by side and you can go around the map.
Oh my God!
And if you were like an inch away, that that punch will not hit you. It's like
you didn't line it up.
Yeah, you had to line up stuff, but there's all again. They're getting better, but we're getting used to that with Street Fighter 5. But you know what? It's not. But okay. I was gonna say all right. What was your what is a mistake that you've made that you want other people to learn by?
When I first started on Twitch, I had people come into my chat that were kind of toxic, and I don't really mind when people are toxic towards me whatsoever. I can handle that because I'm an internet veteran. But when they start, if there are people who come in and they're toxic towards other members of chat,
that's not cool.
You definitely have to like put your foot down and like either time them out, give them a huge warning, or just straight up ban them, because if you don't, depending on your levels of what you want going on in your chat.
Tolerance, and the one thing is you don't want something really, really on the scale, like really bad stuff,
Yeah. If someone's like, throwing racist slurs around and things like that, cool. Definitely, put your foot down immediately. But if they're just kind of making slide jokes and stuff, but if it's making the other person in chat feel uncomfortable, take care of it, it was tough for me.
For example, like if you have a womanizer or someone that says stuff that thinks a certain way about someone, it's like, no. I know you talk like that at home, but just don't sometimes have a little bit more respect for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. It's really tough when you first start streaming, though, because you want these people, you just want people in general to hang around, to just come to your chat. And if they're coming there for the wrong reason, to make fun of somebody or whatever, then they're coming for the wrong reason. Like, you got to get them out of there.
Yeah.
But it's a really tough balance of like, well, if everybody starts, making jokes or whatever, then it's like, well, now I'm not going to have any kind of chat. But you don't want that kind of chat. Get rid of them. Yeah. So it's tricky with the internet.
It's just like YouTube, where it comes down to like, sure, I'll say it. Numbers are like is a thing, but I'll say this: it's not so big enough that if you get really big numbers, the fact is, look at your watch times and look at how many people are actually viewing. For the fact is, people, they'll just subscribe, and they won't return. They'll actually stay subscribed just to be subscribed, and that's kind of bogus, because you know what? I only subscribe to the people I generally like and I generally want. I want to watch all the time. I think everyone would be in the right mind that they should do the same. I know I can admit this. I'm not the most entertaining person in the world, but trust me, there's someone on my show you might actually be entertained to, or stop by Oculus out here. But yeah, someone. But I'll say that I'm glad enough that I've had the experience for being in front of the camera and talking to people, because there's a lot of people that can't stream, because the fact is they'll be like, oh God, I got killed in Dark Souls. Oh, I got killed again. Oh, I got killed again. Oh.
Are you saying like lack of like a personality?
Lack of personality.
Type of thing?
Lack of personality, and they're like they can't. I'm not saying they can't talk in front of the camera.
Yeah,
I'm saying that,
but it's not like a preference. Most people won't go to a stream if someone's kind of bland and doesn't talk that much. It's true. It's a fact of life that those people, it takes a lot longer anyway to get bigger on Twitch and YouTube.
Or people that like don't engage in their audience.
Oh, that's a big one.
You got people showing up, and I'm not saying it's just people that don't comment. I'm saying that if the person is just gaming and they're not even paying attention to the camera, or they're not even they're not asking questions, what is this? What do you guys think of this? Oh my god, it's like, and if they're not really like, if they hear like someone's from a different country, whoa, you're from that country? Oh my god, and they'll ask something about it, and you know what? Sometimes you'll get people that won't even engage in the chat, and then 5 minutes later, those people that were in the chat, they're gone.
Yeah, it happens all the time. I swing by because I'm in a few different groups, such as Influx or like Team Support Streamers is another one. It doesn't happen so much with Influx, but in a group like Team Support Streamers, there are, I'm guessing, minimum 500 members in there. And I'll check most of them out when I get time. I'll swing by their channel when they're live. Yeah. And if they don't say anything within the first few minutes, I usually bail on them. Or if they don't acknowledge that I said anything in chat within 5 minutes or something, you know what? You're not worth my time. I'm going to be honest. If you're not engaging with me, and I don't really feel like just watching somebody play a game. Most people come to Twitch for interaction, a community. They want to be like heard. So a lot of people come into Twitch and they'll just tell you their life story pretty much. And they just want somebody to listen, somebody to respond. And a lot of streamers are good for that because they're almost like stuck to a game right now. They're sitting there, they're not going anywhere. They're going to read what you say. So if somebody comes in and they're not reading that, then they're going to go somewhere else to someone who will read that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why waste your time?
It's true.
It seems like people, like, even like when people, like, I'm sorry, there's a lot of people on YouTube. I know, mind you, I could say I'm not a big person, I'll say this, but I'll say some of the bigger people, I can understand why they don't.
Yeah, well, that's if there's like thousands of comments per second.
Exactly, but I'm saying that, when people are starting out, if you got all these brand new tubers that start, and then they don't pay attention to the comments, it's like, or they don't reply back, like when someone says good job and they actually give you good feedback, and it's like and then they don't actually respond taking that seriously. It's like,
yeah, that person probably won't comment again.
No, exactly, or actually return, because it's always the people that, we're all into it, YouTube, Twitch, we're all into it for knowing the proper audience, and also once we found that audience, those people are coming back all the time. We gotta make the
regulars.
Yeah, that's what I love regulars. Like, I was like blown away when I had some regulars when I was doing like God of War, when I was playing God of War on God mode. I wasn't God mode cheating it. I'm saying God mode as in like that's its proud mode. That's the mode that like it's over very hard. And Hades took me forever, like almost over like 3 hours to beat, and I'm like, oh god! But I can't believe everyone, like, I had some people that were my regulars and people that stood by me, and they were like, oh man, it's okay, come on, you got this.
Yeah,
I love that. You have those people supporting you, and it actually really good.
Yeah, and then at a certain point, people start to come just for the personality. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. You see that a lot on Twitch, and obviously on YouTube with the larger streamers. But like on Twitch, there are plenty of channels that I'll go into. I don't care what they're playing. I just go in because I love their chat. They have a bunch of cool people in there, and then the streamer themselves, like usually pretty chill, are the ones that I like. And it's a sense of community is a really big thing with YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so actually, I'm going to go into detail with this. Yeah, getting back to the original question, I'm going to say, yes, guys, even I make mistakes. Trust me, I've made one before playing this game. And it was, we were laughing about
brutal.
It for a good 10 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to say, all right, when I was putting the disc in the console, I thought that I put the disc in, and I thought my disc tray, it jammed. And I'm like, oh crap, oh god, it's like red ring, oh god. And then anyways, what happened was, I was pressing the button as many times as I can just to eject it. And what happened was, somehow it wasn't reading. It wasn't reading that it was taking the disc was being taken. I'm like, oh god, I think I screwed it up. And then what happened was, we actually were like troubleshooting, like going CSI on this stuff. But what happened was that I accidentally slid my disc under the console.
Unheard of. I don't even know how you do that.
I gotta draw a diagram somewhere.
I can't even believe it.
Somewhere.
And then on top of that, I go, oh, let's play some Gears of War. We can play Gears of War. He goes, okay. So he grabs his Gears of War case, puts the disc under the console. After about 20 minutes of troubleshooting, figures out that he put the disc under the console, and it was even the wrong game. It was Halo Wars.
Oh.
We're not getting anywhere with this guy.
Yeah, trust me. When it came down to it, it's like if it ever came down to it, someone's gonna be like, "What's the last game you'll ever play for the rest of your life?" I'll be like, "Okay, that's if I can even get it to play." That's it. Tell me, give me a Just for Dummies guide on that shit. Trust me, I'll add it to my. I'll add it to my stack.
Game.
I'll add it to my stack.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for being on the show, Oculus Owl.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Well, that's Oculus Owl. I'll definitely put his link to his Twitch channel in the comments below. Do check him out. And guys, please leave me a like because I like bacon. You like bacon. We all like bacon. Please, Peter, don't kill me. I like bacon because hey, I'm Canadian. That's my reason. Okay, it's like Popeye spinach to me. Okay, no freaking lie. Anyways, and guys, please, if I can get better at my gaming, I gotta get close to the microphone. Okay, if I get better at gaming or I get better at broadcasting, I'll say this. If you guys want to see something or if you guys want me to bring something up, please, leave me a comment because, come on, gentlemen, we all know. Girls like guys with good skills. I don't got skills. Trust me, my girlfriend tells me that all the time. I don't got skills. She's kicking my ass at Pac-Man. Really? Pac-Man, everything. Pac-Man. Sweetie, you want to play a game? Pac-Man. Oh, even Pokemon, come on! Anyways, so please leave me a comment. And guys, please hit that bell. No, I'm not Taco Bell. I'm not sponsored by them. Anyways, but no, not yet. Anyways, hit that bell, notification bell, so you get to stay up to date to all my new videos. So I'll see you guys next time, guys. See you guys!